Yo, what is up? Crazy here, back again with another video. So we're going to talk about if Apex is actually dead or not. It's been something that I've heard a lot in the comment section. It's something that I've actually been thinking about, and is Apex actually dead? You know, is it a dead game? Should we continue to play it? And obviously the answer is going to be yes, we should continue to play it. But let's go over to a discussion type of video on why I think Apex isn't really as dead and why I feel like some people are saying it is, but it really isn't. So let's get into it. The first point that you do need to go over here when talking about if the game is dead though has to deal with Twitch. Most people like to talk about Twitch to see if the numbers are actually down, and if the Twitch numbers are down, then obviously that isn't a good thing. But over the past couple of months, ever since around I'd say March or April, the game has been sitting pretty steady at around 20 to 40,000 viewers at a concurrent time, which isn't obviously pulling in the same numbers as Fortnite, but what you have to realize here is that it's still good and still holding its own in its own little community, because this point leads into the next point here. Apex has pretty much just built its own community, right? Like, it's not really trying to survive and trying to grow into the Fortnite era now. It's pretty much its own little community now, and it's just thriving to what it needs to be in its own community. It doesn't really have to be anything. All it has to be is its own game, which it pretty much is, and it has its own community that is pretty much thriving right now, and it's pretty good. Because the game doesn't necessarily have to be blowing up in the numbers that Fortnite is. As long as it has a pretty decent dedicated fan base to it, then it's pretty good, you know what I mean? So it's like, we don't need 100,000 people on at once. As long as we have 40,000 people, even on Twitch. Twitch is just people watching the game, which isn't even all of the community. Even if you just have that certain dedicated fan base towards it for watching the game, you're pretty good. Like the whole community, even on Apex, for the social media community, it's pretty much all one big loop, and it's pretty close together. It's not like as diverse as the Call of Duty community. Everyone is pretty much close together, and everyone pretty much knows everyone in the Apex community, which is actually pretty good. It's literally like a pretty good close community, and I really like that. And for that reason alone, the game isn't dead, but we also have more to talk about. And the next point that people do make when talking about if the game is dead or not is the lack of content. Now, the new content, yes, it is a little, and I guess it could be a little stale at the moment, and you pretty much just have to enjoy the game for what it is in order to play it for a long amount of time, which is why it's not really too bad. If you don't really like the core game mechanics of Apex, then obviously you're going to think it's dead because there's no lack of new content, and if you're playing it every day, it's going to feel a little bit boring. But just because you think the game is boring doesn't really mean it's actually dead. Like I said, it is still thriving in the sense of the small community, but at the same time, although it might be like it feels like a lack of content, we also did just get a huge Season 3 update, and we still have to wait for it to come out, you know what I mean? It's not like when a new game comes out, they're going to release loads of new content right away for the new game. You have to wait for it to, sit out there for a while, and then eventually they will add new content. I mean, we still have this Halloween event and the Fight or Fright Shadowfall game mode that we can play, which that in and of itself is a boatload of content, and it is very good, in my opinion, for keeping the game alive for a long time. Now, do I think that, we should hopefully see more stuff like more guns? I mean, I would like to see more guns because that would keep the game going a little bit more. But as of right now, this whole new map, everything they have going on right now is pretty good. I hope they add new stuff, more and more new stuff in the future, like new guns and new legends. But as of right now, we have a pretty good amount of updates right now, and I wouldn't really consider the game dead. I really wouldn't. I don't think it is. I mean, the lack of new content, that's really just up to you and what you enjoy playing in the game. Like, if you are someone who gets bored easy, then you might not enjoy the content because you might just get bored of it easily. You might have to wait and play it a lot, especially for those who, are actual content creators for the game and talk about how the game is boring. I mean, I can 100% understand that, because if you're playing the game every single day, and of course it's going to get boring for you very easily, and you're going to say there's a lack of new content. Theoretically, there is. You just have to learn to enjoy the game for what it is right now, and the game is pretty fun. You just have to get used to the content that we have now and just wait patiently for the new content. Now, some might say it is a very repetitive game as well. You are technically true, but at the same time, it is a battle royale game. Fortnite is the same thing. Blackout, when I was out, was the same thing. PUBG is the same thing. It's the same map, but you just have to learn to enjoy it and play it in a different way, which is obviously going to be your replayability. Now, obviously, I would like to see if they would add solos, duos, as well as maybe even a way to play on King's Canyon. But as of right now, though, I really do think that is hindering the game and why people do feel this way. It obviously isn't good, but there have been leaks of the solo play coming, so hopefully, we are in Season 3 right now, hopefully season, you know, maybe the next update, maybe even after this event goes away, hopefully we get solos and maybe even duos for good, because I think that would give more people to play the game in a way that they would like to, and I think it would make it a little bit more popular if we could see solos as well. Because honestly, if we want to see this game have a future and actually lasting a long time, solos needs to happen. Alright, I think the reason why people think it's just annoying now is because you've had to play this game in squad combat forever. Alright, first of all, we need to see Kings Canyon come back, because that was a better map. In my opinion, it was a way better map. Please give us the variety at least to play on Kings Canyon or a World's Edge. It would be a lot better in my opinion, and I would like that a lot. Also, solos. Alright, solos, we've been playing on the same map, or not the same map, but the same game mode since the game came out. Alright, it's annoying always trying to go sweat and fight third parties every single other game mode, you know what I mean? You know, you don't want to always have to fight 3 people in a squad. It's better if you just have to fight 1 person, get the gunfight over with, and then leave, you know what I mean? It's not fun having to fight 2-on-1s or 3-on-1s, etc, etc. I would really enjoy seeing solos, and I think that would help the game out a ton. But yeah, comment down below how you guys feel about Apex, if it's dead or if it's not. Me, I really don't think it is. I really do enjoy this game, and I'm really excited to see the future of it. But I really want to see what you guys think down in the comment section below, as well as comment video ideas that you guys like to see on the channel. But yeah, I'll see you guys later in the video. Wonderful day. Peace out, guys.